The Titanic, often called the unsinkable ship, tragically sank on its maiden voyage after striking an iceberg, leading to the loss of over 1,000 lives. But what truly caused this disaster? Was it human error, or was the ship's design fundamentally flawed? The Titanic was the largest and most luxurious passenger liner of its time. It measured 882 feet in length and 92 feet in width, weighing over 46,000 tons. Its interior boasted 16 watertight compartments with advanced automatic watertight doors, designed to contain flooding in the event of an accident. To ensure the ship's structural integrity, over 3 million iron rivets were used to hold its steel plates together. However, these rivets were vulnerable to brittleness in cold temperatures, which created a hidden safety risk. On April 10, 1912, the Titanic set sail on its maiden voyage, carrying more than 2,200 passengers and crew. Just 4 days later, on the night of April 14th, the unthinkable happened. Despite extensive collision testing during its design phase, the Titanic couldn't survive its encounter with an iceberg. Engineers believed the ship could only sink if at least 6 watertight compartments were breached. So how did a single iceberg cause such rapid devastation to what was thought to be the pinnacle of modern engineering? One contributing factor was the Titanic's speed. Powered by 29 boilers supplying energy to 2 massive steam engines and a turbine, the ship generated over 46,000 horsepower and could travel at speeds up to 26 miles per hour, 43 kilometers per hour. On a dark, moonless night, with only the ship's lights for visibility, detecting low-lying icebergs was nearly impossible. When the iceberg was finally spotted, the crew had less than a minute to react. Despite the captain's immediate order to turn sharply left, the ship's size and sluggish handling meant the hull scraped the iceberg, creating a massive gash. The frigid conditions caused the iron rivets to fail, breaching at least 4 of the ship's watertight compartments. As water flooded the compartments, the Titanic's bow began to sink. Although the ship featured 16 watertight compartments, they were not sealed to the deck above. Once the bow tilted, water spilled over the tops of the bulkheads, progressively flooding one compartment after another. The pumps used by the crew couldn't keep up with the influx of water. As the bows submerged, the immense strain caused the Titanic to break apart, sending both sections plunging to the ocean floor. For decades, the Titanic's swift sinking baffled researchers. It wasn't until 1985, when the wreckage was discovered 12,500 feet below the surface near Newfoundland, that the full truth emerged. The flawed watertight compartment design was a major factor in the disaster. If the compartments had been fully sealed to prevent water from cascading between them, the Titanic might have remained afloat long enough for help to arrive. In the end, only about 700 passengers survived, while more than 1,500 perished. The tragedy of the Titanic remains one of the most haunting and enduring stories in maritime history.